For the past few years, I've been deep in the world of iOS development. Swift, SwiftUI, UIKit, MVVM, MVC, these were my tools. But something always felt incomplete. I wanted to build more than just the front end. I wanted to take control over the full stack. So I decided to learn TypeScript and take on backend development. Not just as another skill to add to my resume, but because I had a real problem to solve. If you've ever tried scheduling content across multiple social media platforms, you know the struggle. Most tools out there are either too expensive, overly complex, or just don't fit the way creators work. So I asked myself, what if I build my own? What I have in mind is a simple, efficient social media scheduler designed from the ground up, built for creators by a creator. But here's the thing, I don't want this to be just another tech project lost in the void. I want to document every step. The thought process, the challenges, the breakthroughs, not as a tutorial, but as a behind-the-scene look into real-world development. This is the first step in the journey. Why TypeScript? Why backend? Why now? Let's talk about it. So the decision to learn TypeScript was actually very strategic. It is one of the top in-demand programming languages. It brings type safety to JavaScript, and also it's perfect to build scalable backend applications. But beyond market trends, I chose TypeScript because it really does make sense to me. I wanted to learn a language that gave me the chance to build robust, scalable, and easy debuggable code. And as someone coming from Swift, the transition to TypeScript felt like really easy. And then there is the backend side of things. Why not just stick with the front end? Well, because I wanted control. By building my own backend, not only am I learning a new technology, a new skill, but also I am gaining full control on what I code, where do I deploy, I can manage cost, and I can have full flexibility around it. So I just gave myself a problem to solve. I've tried a bunch of social media schedulers, but no one fits my needs. So instead of waiting for the perfect tool, I decided to build it myself. And this is where the journey begins. Learning TypeScript, building a backend system, and creating a tool that actually solves a problem. This is just the first video where I am introducing the idea, what I'm going to build, what I have in mind, but in the next videos we're gonna deep dive into the entire project. So even if I know quite a bit about software, being a front-end iOS developer, this is gonna be a very long learning path for me. I'm gonna share each step of my journey, and I want you to be my accountability partner. This is just the first video where I am introducing my idea, but in the next videos I'm gonna share step by step how I think to implement this. I am already describing the idea, but in the next videos I will start a couple sessions where I describe my entire thought process, and I will do a sort of system design session where I share the entire architecture of the application, both from the backend and both for frontend. I will then hit the ground running and start coding from the ground up, and I will share the entire progress along the way. Do not expect full, deep technical tutorials. I'm not gonna do that, at least at the beginning, but I'm open to suggestions, and I'm gonna steer the content towards anything that interests my audience. This is it for the first video. In the next one, I'm gonna share my thought process for the backend part of the application, and in the third video, I'm gonna share the same system design for what I have in mind on the front end. So if you're curious about TypeScript, backend development, front-end development, or simply want to see a software engineer building an end-to-end application from the ground up, stay tuned, subscribe, and see you next.